Prayer. Prayer. And yet, you guys, even as I say that word, I believe that the majority of you just think, prayer. You know, sometimes even the way Christians say it, it's like, well, we're just going to have to pray about that. Like, oh my, has it come to that? That's the last thing we want to do. Surely there's something we can do. Is there anything else anyone thinks we could do? Please come up with something else, because you don't want to just pray. Prayer. And when we think of prayer, we think of a lap quilt and fuzzy slippers and a warm glass of milk. Oh man, you guys, I hope you know I'm not still coming to my office early and praying the way I do and still taking days of prayer and fasting because I just have this prayer gift. It's a battle. I have the same flesh you do. I think of prayer in terms of lacing up those military boots that come up to here, the black ugly things. I think of prayer, I think I'm doing a military crawl and I've got camo smeared on my face. That's what I think of. I am going into real battle. That's why, just like you, my mind starts to dart all around the universe. I start to feel sluggish. I start to feel tired. My mind just darts over to a movie. My mind begins to go through the meetings of my day, and all of a sudden I have to bring it back. I'm like, oh my goodness, I was praying. How did I get all the way over there? I'm on a vacation 10 years ago. You guys, it's a fight. Because when our enemy sees you begin to pray, he says, go get her. Go get her. Stop that. Do anything. It's not easy because it's war. It's war. It's war. So don't give up. Look at verse 18. Yes, prayer, praying. How often? At all times. Some of you save prayer for like a crisis 911 call. Oh God, now! I'm not saying he says, forget it, I don't even know you. When's the last time you talked to me? He's a gracious God. But you guys, praying at all times. There are times, praise God, he's good, that you go through a season that's a little more peaceful than some others. If we're not careful, we don't think we need to pray. Oh, you need to pray how often? At all times. And then, how long should you lean into it before you give up and say, I guess I just don't have this gift of prayer. I'm not cut out for this? With all perseverance. With all perseverance. Praying at all times with all perseverance. I've been a pastor 36 years, and I've never had a Christian say to me, oh my goodness, thank you for mentioning prayer to me. I never thought of that. Pray, what a great idea. It's not what I hear. You know what I hear? They tell me why they tried it and quit. And I've heard dozens of reasons as to why they quit. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's the same. It was hard. I couldn't do it. Other people, I guess, can do this. The reason it's hard is because our enemy, anything in the world is easier than this. Just turn on Netflix. Just go do some chores. But don't pray. There's a reason. Don't think you are some special category. I guess Brad just has this prayer gift. And no, I do have desperation. I do feel in over my head. I do feel my inadequacy. I haven't gotten over my weakness. That's good. And some of you maybe should think about that. You think too much about what you think you can do, and that might be why you don't pray. But setting that aside, it's just hard. It's hard. It's hard. But I don't give up because I know this is where divine power can begin to tear down strongholds. I don't want to just see what Brad Bigney can do with his persuasion, what Brad Bigney can do with his gifts of leadership, what Brad Bigney can do with his tenacious type A personality. I want to see what God can do, and I hope you do too. All perseverance. The passage is saying, don't quit. Don't give up. Don't lose heart. Don't say it doesn't work. So I hope today some of you might say, you know what? All right. We're going to try this again. But as you do, I want you to expect massive resistance. I want you to expect the water heater to go out. I want you to expect your car to end up on the side of the road. I want you to expect to lose your job. I want you to expect a health crisis. But don't be scared. I still want you to pray. Do this. But you will, all of a sudden, you'll feel like you've turned your face into the wind and you're trying to walk against the wind. All of a sudden, you'll feel like instead of just floating downstream with the river, you've decided to swim upstream. That's what it will feel like. But it's what he calls us to do. At all times, with all perseverance.